Good evening, peeps. I'm Auriel Grace, and this is a spiritual show. so, we're talking about inner guidance tonight, and it's one of my favorite things to talk about. Inner guidance, intuition, empathy, psychic kids, um, how the clairs. So I thought I would start our summer off with that, because so many people ask me about inner guidance. So here we go. Okay, but first, I have a couple of announcements I want to make. Uh, I have been working on, hey, Mary. I've been working on getting the books transferred over to Audible. So you might have seen this. So that is what's going on. Okay. It is, it's not working. Here we go. Okay. So I have 13 books that I have published on Amazon. I'm working on getting all 13 books done. These books are on Audible now because I know a lot of you like to listen to the Audible books. And so there you go. Okay. And these are the books that I work from most of the time. I wrote these books, and these are experiences that I've had and what I have taught, like all over the place. So there you go. You can go check out Amazon. If you just go to Amazon and look up the books, there you'll see the little Audible thing, and you can click on the Audible thing and get them. They are paperback, Audible, and Kindle now. So check it out, okay? And everything that I talk about tonight will be from the pink book right there. I'm psychic, not telepathic. We'll talk about that in a second too. Anyway, okay. All right. So if you want to flex your intuitive muscles, go check them out. You can check them out on my website too at aurielgrace.net. Just click on the author tab. All right. So next month, in July is one of my favorite months of the year. It's summertime, and we get to celebrate the 4th of July with fireworks and everything. And so I do a July special. It's readings, it's an intuitive reading and energy work. It's $60 for 45 minutes. If you want to make an appointment with me, please email me at agangofgirlsinc@gmail.com. Or if you know my phone number, go ahead and text me. So I do this for the whole month of July. So there you go. If you want to sign up for my newsletter while you're on my website, you can sign up for my newsletter too. Hey, Mom. All right. So usually during the summertime, I take a break to kind of like think about what I want to talk about in the fall and the winter. But this summer, I thought I would pre-record some videos for Sunday nights. And what I was thinking about, and I've been kind of gathering some information about them, is doing an Ascended Master series. So if you would like that, please let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I will start working on that and getting the videos done and everything so that you can see them on Sunday nights. All right. So now I have been teaching people for a long time. I'm a Reiki master teacher, and I'm also an intuitive teacher. So I've been teaching intuition for quite some time. And what I understand about intuition is everyone is intuitive, everybody. Okay. It just depends on you. Like, first of all, how much do you want to know? And also discovering your abilities. Because there's more than one way that we gather information, intuitive information. Some people just feel it from their gut. They just know something is crazy wrong, or they know that something's going on, right? Um, so let me take this down. Okay, oops. Let me go over here. So there are the clairs. I call them the clairs. There's clairvoyance, clairsentience. There is clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, clairaugustus, clairalliance. So you, with clairvoyance, you might see visions. With claircognizance, you just know. Clairaudience, you hear. Okay. Clairalliance is smell. Clairaugustus is taste. So a lot of people are like, oh, what do you mean? Well, I've been on quite a few paranormal investigations, and when we are searching to paranormally, we always go around, and I know this sounds funny, but we sniff the rooms. And usually when I walk into a haunted house, I can tell it's haunted because of the smell. Spirit has a certain smell. Spirits that are earthbound, they have a certain smell about them. And so it's kind of a, hey, Kim, it's kind of a musty smell. So at least to me it is. All right. So using those clairs can assist you. Now, you don't have to just use one. You can use many. You can use all of them, right? Because I do, and I've done a lot of practicing with them. Okay. Mostly I use my clairaudience, especially when I'm doing readings. You might even see me point to my ear or like tilt my head so I can hear better, because I'll tell you, angels do not sound like I sound right now. They sound like a song, a vibration, a resonance. And you kind of have to translate that song to the person. So you might even hear them, say words. I've heard them say words to me, words of warning mostly. But it's usually one word like stop or sit down or something like that. Otherwise, it sounds different. It sounds like music. Okay, so your spirit guides and angels speak English or speak whatever language you know. Okay, and that right there is a good thing, right? Sometimes when I'm talking to Lord Melchizedek and he's like teaching me something, he uses very antiquated words, and it's a good thing there are such things as a thesaurus. Because otherwise, forget about it. I wouldn't know what the heck he was talking about. So, and he does help me. He helps me with writing. He helps me with these shows, and he's helping me write my next psychic storybook, which is Love. Love, a psychic story. And so we'll be talking a lot about love. And we've already started the book. I hope it's done by November. It's going to be a busy summer this summer. So we'll see what happens. But it's looking good. I'm excited about it. So when you hear your guides, your spirit guides, because spirit guides are different than angels, right? Spirit guides are those guides that assist you with projects, like Lord Melchizedek helps me with writing. He likes to do that. And so they help you with projects, they give you assistance, they clear the way for you. they assist you. Okay, so what I mean by clearing the way is this, is that, say you don't like going to work, you work in an office or something, and the people are very grouchy, and you're like upbeat and fun, and they're grouchy. You might ask your spirit guides to clear the way for you. And what they do is they kind of like settle everything down for you. They clear the way, literally, for you. And that way, too, you're able to work in a good way without all the crankiness that might be going on. And that's just an example of what they can do for you. Now, they can do other stuff for you too, so please don't take me literally. All right. Okay. So, one of the things that I would like to tell you is this, is that most psychics are empathic. And so, using your empathic ability when you are working with people is awesome. And if you can use it, if you can walk into a room and like read the room to see where people are coming from, it'll really give you some ease and grace. It will. So when I go talk to people, when there's a bunch of people and like we're going to do the archangel or the guardian angel meditation or something like that, I walk into the room, I always say hi, and I read the room. I feel that room out to see like where I should start. Should I see everybody in their underwear? Should I make a joke? Should I, just ask everybody to take a deep breath? What should I do? And usually my empathic abilities will assist me with that, right? So that's something for you to think about, practice on. Practice that empathic ability because it can assist you so much in your day to day, especially if you're working with a lot of people. Okay. That way, too, you know how to speak to a person so that they feel good about themselves, right? And what does that also require? There's all these things that go with this, right? So, what does that also require? It requires your patience and your presence. Yeah. So, I am going to ask all of you to tonight, please, this summer, be very present. Be present. Be present wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Be present. There are so many things that are going to be happening this summer that is going to require your presence. It is going to require you to be alert on what is going on around you. All right. So make sure to be present. And it's always good to be present when you're using your intuitive gifts. Okay. Because when you're present, you're listening or seeing or knowing, smelling, tasting, you're able to be in the moment and you're able to also receive those messages easier. Everybody's always asking me, how can I receive messages easier? Well, you can receive messages easier by being present. Be present. Okay? Because when you are present, you don't miss anything. All right. Okay. So, when one thing too that people mistake is that I'm psychic, not telepathic, and I'm not omniscient. Okay, I do not want to know the color of your underwear, and I don't know everything. I always tell people too, they'll ask me a question, I'll be like, I don't know, because I don't. Unless we're sitting down doing a reading, I don't know nothing. And that's one of the things I like about my job. It doesn't require me to do research or anything like that. It requires me to sit with you and gather information from your spirit guides and angels and from the ethers, any messages that you require. And so when you're present, you can gather those informations. You can gather what you need in order to give the message. Sometimes the message will come very quickly. Sometimes it takes a second. And just trusting yourself, practicing, trusting yourself to do that. And it's okay. Sometimes we're wrong, right? sometimes sometimes we see crazy stuff like Sylvia Brown. I think she was looking for a little girl. I can't remember the whole story. Anyway, the little girl, she said the little girl had died, and she was still alive. But the feeling I got from all of that sensationalism was that the little girl, like, wanted to pass through. She didn't want to be where she was. And so we need to remember to listen to our own guidance when we're getting readings and we're getting energy work done, and that to feel what it feels for you. Take the message and feel what it feels for you, because sometimes the message is partial. So we need to work with that, right? We need to work with it. And so by understanding energy and understanding your intuitive gifts and practicing, you become better and better at it. And it's okay every once in a while. Remember, we're human, right? We're human. So be patient and present with yourself as you are learning. So I have this little thing in my book, and I wanted to show it to you before. This is how I used to teach readings. I used to teach them. I have to find the page though. I used to teach readings like this. Ah, there it is. Okay. Oh, I even marked it. All right. See the circle? So if you're going to practice doing readings with somebody, draw a circle. Okay, because I don't use cards. I like them. I think they're cool. I like to look at them. Some of the pictures are really pretty, but I don't use cards. I This is how, like, I was taught, is by drawing a circle and sitting with your person. All the information about your person that you gather goes in the circle. Don't judge it. Don't um, don't get in your head about it. Just write down the information as it comes to you, because the information isn't for you, it's for whoever you're doing the reading about. Right? And so when you continue to practice that, letting go and allowing the information to come forth without you changing it or manipulating it, you will see that your person that you're doing the reading for will be like, oh my God, that's what my mom used to say, or oh my gosh, I just read about something like that. And that's really going to help you feel better, because what? You gave an awesome message and you cheered that person up and it helped them so much. And you'll receive other messages. You might just receive one word messages. I had a student who used to receive messages. He used to draw animals. So he would draw animals. He would just draw the animals, and then he would ask the person about, like, hey, do you like snails, or whatever. And the person would be like, oh yeah, I love them, and so he would talk to them about that animal. And that was really cool too. I told him, I said, you need to go and learn how to, like, do real drawings, like make beautiful drawings for people, like animal totem drawings. He was from Russia, so I only had him for 6 months. I don't know how he's doing now, but hopefully he's doing awesome. But and there are readers that do that. If you have ever been to a metaphysical fair, They sit down and they sit with you and they will draw what your guardian angel looks like. They will draw your animal totems. They'll draw that. There's so many different kinds, and they're able to draw it for you, which is awesome. And so that way too, they're stepping outside of their judgment, and they are able to look at you and go, "Hey, okay, this is what I see. Look at that right there." And they're able to draw that for you. And that's what I mean is step outside of yourself. Okay, think of yourself as an empty vessel whenever you go to like gather information, whenever you're going to um, do a reading, or if you're trying to read for yourself, see yourself as an empty vessel. And when you see yourself as an empty vessel, you're making room for those messages that come in for you or through you for others. And so that is really important. A lot of people are unable to like surrender, because that's really what it kind of is you're surrendering, you're backing off so that you can be the vessel. All right, be any vessel you want. The other thing too is filling your vessel. So making sure that if you're going to be going into this type of work, you need to make sure that you're full. You need to make sure that you have energy for it, because sometimes it takes a lot of energy, because people sometimes are like, no, 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 no. And you have to go, okay, well, maybe you need to go see someone else. I'm good with that. I'm okay with it. People get upset with me when I say that, but I'm just like, hey, if I can't give you the information that you need, maybe you need to see someone else. It's okay. I'm good. And being able to just do that, it took me a long time to be able to do that. But now I can, because I realize that not everyone is for everyone, and not everyone gives the message the way the person can hear it. So using your inner guidance with that, and knowing when to go, I'm done. All right. And you hear me say that a lot. I'm done. But it's only because um, you're setting up those boundaries with yourself so that you can you're not being pulled, your energy isn't being pulled away from you. Instead, you're able to maintain your energy. All right. Okay. So I do if I can get off. Okay. So when I do readings, if you've seen me on video, you probably have seen this. This is my crystal pendant that I wear during readings. Why? Because it's a positive energy stone, and it is also an amplifier. So it amplifies energy. That's what crystals do. That's what quartz crystals do. Quartz crystals do that. And so I've actually had this one for about 5 or 6 years. I really liked it when I saw it. It was in. It was. I got it without the chain and stuff. So I brought it home and I wrapped it. But if you go to a gem and mineral show, this is a great thing. So if you go to a gem and mineral show, usually a gem and mineral dealer will have like all the fancy stuff, like fancy stuff. And then at the edge of his table, he'll have the one or the 50 cent to $5 pieces, right? And I always go to those pieces. And this crystal was $1. And I love this crystal. It has a great spectrum when it's in the sunshine. I do wear it when I'm doing readings because it really helps. It helps me. And I'll hold it. I will hold on to it. So when you're giving, find your thing. Find your thing. Crystals are my thing. That's what I do. I love crystals. I've always loved gem minerals, and I'm a self-taught mineralogist, and I love it. But you may need something else. You may want like some prayer beads, or you may have a like a totem or something like that that is close to you or near you that helps you focus, that also assists you with maintaining your energy. Okay. So those are that's a little handy tip. If you do go to a gem and mineral show, look for those little boxes. They're usually in crappy little cardboard boxes. And there's tons of really beautiful crystals in those. And they just call them junk because, they're not fancy. But I think that pendant is very fancy. And I'm very grateful that I got it. Okay. So remember too, as we're going about our intuitiveness, that there are psychic kids. And psychic kids, it's so cool now these days because there's so much information to help people, right? And we have to remember that there are the kids now are like very intuitive, they're very empathic, and they're really good manipulators. So you want to make sure that with psychic kids, one, that they are focused. Their rooms are clean, okay? Because spirits love kids. They love kids and they love psychic kids. Oh, yeah, they do. And spirits love a mess. So if you have a messy house, clean it up. Clean that house. Sweep the floors, get the windows done, whatever you have to do to keep your home neat and tidy. All right. So that way, too, you don't have an accumulation of residual energy hanging around your house or a spirit coming in to haunt it. You don't want that. Some people think that's cool. It is not cool. That is not a cool thing. There are haunted houses, yeah, for sure. But you don't want your house to be haunted because that energy sucks. Okay? Okay. It doesn't matter if it's a happy ghost or not. I know some people will say, well, I have a happy ghost in my house. Well, that's nice. I'm not coming to your house. So, so please, as you are practicing, and this is what I tell people all the time, especially the people that I work with, is practice. Practice. Even if you're just practicing, like as you're out and about, practicing as you're going to the grocery store, practicing as you're talking to someone on the phone. Like one time, my youngest son was quite a little butthead when he was in his teens, and there was one day, hey Tracy, hey bro, give your wife a kiss for me. One time my son was quite a little butthead, and he was in trouble, and I didn't know that he was in trouble. But one day, I told him, I said, "Don't leave the apartment complex. I have a bad feeling about it. Please don't leave the apartment complex." And he said, "Can I go to the pool?" And I said, "Sure, go to the pool, but don't leave the complex. Do not leave here." And I had to go grocery shopping. So I went grocery shopping and I came home and I was doing stuff and I still felt that feeling. And it was getting late and I was like, what the heck? So I went over by the pool and my son wasn't there. And I was like, oh, I hope he's at one of his friends' house here at the apartment complex. Well, he wasn't. His other friend came by and they took off in his car and they got pulled over and my son was arrested. And he called me around 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. So Pay attention to those feelings. Pay attention to the fun feelings. Like the other day, um, I was like, oh, I wanted to go to the botanical gardens here in Greensboro. I've been wanting to go for a while, and when I got out there, I was closed. And so I didn't realize there was another garden that was close to the garden that I was standing in until I looked across the road and I saw it and I went over in there because I kept feeling like, oh, you need to stay, you need to look around, you've got to do this. And finally, I did look around and I saw it and I took the most beautiful pictures of flowers yesterday. So, pay attention to your inner guidance. Okay, love you, bro. So we want to make sure, please take a moment every day, maybe as you're drinking your coffee, maybe as you're having your breakfast, and really tune into yourself and tune into the day to feel that feeling of, all right, what is this day? What is going to happen this day? And that is a good way to practice your intuition as well. Okay. My new thing is when I'm driving now, when I'm driving, I'm like, okay, is the light going to turn red? Half the time I'm right now. So, but I've been doing that and I'm working on it. I want to know when all the red lights are coming up so I can stop or I can get ready to stop. Okay. So do little things like that to practice your intuition, to practice getting better at it, and help your little people too. Help your psychic kids because sometimes they might see something or hear something that might scare them. Ask them to draw it. Kids like to draw and they're good drawers, you know. In fact, sometimes they're better at drawing than most adults are. And so they will draw it for you or they will write it for you. And then you can find out what it is that they're afraid of or what it is that they heard. Make sure children have their rooms clean. And, cleanliness is great. Orderliness is great. So psychic kids really need a clean, orderly room in order for them not to feel a mess, right? We want them to feel focused on whatever it is that they're doing. All right. So remember claircognizance, clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairalliance, clairaugustus. These two will help you so much with when you're walking into a place that might be haunted. And you want to make sure that you know what you're walking into. Okay? All right. So, do y'all have any questions? I'm looking over here. I can see that you guys are there. Okay. Okay. Kim, Mary, do you have any questions? I think I covered. Okay. The other thing that I'd like for you to do too this summer is some mirror work. Try this at home. See what happens. Okay. A lot of people don't like doing mirror work because they're afraid of mirrors. You don't need to be afraid of mirrors. My magic mirror is, I think it's behind that door right there. That's what I call it, my magic mirror. The mirrors, and you can do this in your bathroom. Okay, turn out the light, maybe turn on the hall light, and ask to see for your highest and greatest good your spirit guides and angels. Try it a couple, once a day. Go in. You don't have to stand there for very long. You just want to see your spirit guides and angels. All right. And so when you do that, when you ask to see your spirit guides and angels, you may see them as orbs. You might even see an outline of a person. You might see your energy field. There's a couple people that I taught that they saw their faces morph into animal images, or they saw themselves as being old. Sometimes the mirror will show you what you're most afraid of. You don't want that. What you want is for the mirror to show you your spirit guides and angels for your highest and best good. Okay? Because when you can see them, it's easier for you to connect with them. It makes it real, right? It does. And so that also can give you some confidence as well because you're seeing them. That's kind of cool. All right. Hey, Susan. Love you. All right. So try the mirror work, see what happens, journal about it. Do it at least once a day for the summertime and see if you can see your spirit guides and angels because that'll be very fun for you. Whenever I whenever I see, and this is an example, it's whenever I see Lord Melchizedek, I'll see like the sweeping of his robes, his purple robes. So he wears robes, and I will see the bottom of his robes moving around. And that's how I know it's that Lord Melchizedek is helping me. Okay. So sometimes you might see symbols or you might see orbs. You might, again, you might see the outline. You might see wings. So remember, it doesn't have to be a certain way. When you're working with intuition, nothing is a certain way. It is the best way. It is the way for your highest and best good. Okay? All right. So let me know if you want me to do the Ascended Master series, and I will. I think Kendra's doing the July astrology show next week. I'll know this week. And we can do the astrology show for July. That way you all know the lucky numbers. Remember, it's June 27th. That is lottery ticket day. So buy your lottery tickets then, okay? All right. So I'll see you next week. I will. Have an awesome week. Please stay present, be safe. And remember, keep your heart open and aligned with the energy of love. Bye.